Hi, welcome to Dr. Nagendra's Homeo Clinic. So far, homeopathy has been criticized as unscientific, especially when it comes to its microdoses. This is an attempt to explain or give scientific evidence how homeopathy can be scientific.
Water and its power is not new to us. Yeah. Being a Hindu, I know the practice of achamanam. Whenever you do or start any puja, you take little amount of water in your hand and you consume it. Before consuming, you recite a mantram, right? So Hindus are given a special status to water. By chanting the mantras, the water is purified. If you go to other religions like Muslims also, before doing or performing any namaz or any other their pujas, their rituals, it is mandatory for them to clean them with pure water. And Christianity is not away from them. Remember the baptism, or if you want to convert to Christianity, you have to baptize yourself. For baptizing, they are using water. So water seems to be having a mystical power. So I call it as mystical fluid. Chemistry thinks that it understood water. Okay, they explained that it contains oxygen and hydrogen molecules. It is H2O. Water is something different and unique from other fluids or other liquids. Water stays in solid form, that ice cube, liquid form, the regular room temperature, and gaseous stage, yeah, evaporation or steam. And we have another state of matter, plasma, where it divides into submolecular ionic levels. Now, when I went to plasma level, it reminds me a quotation from Dr. Kent's Simple Substance. Simple substance, he termed it as a fourth state of matter. See, solid is one state, liquid is one state, gaseous is one state. There is one more state which is not visible to our spectrum, which we call it as simple substance, which we call it as Atma, which we call it as a dynamic power. So when scientists started observing all these things, they found out so many great inventions. They found out so many uh, unbelievable characteristics of water. I just wanted to present this gentleman. He is a doctor. He is a experimentalist from Stuttgart University, Germany. Professor Ben Koplin. His experimentation was very simple. You laugh at it initially, but see, you cannot deny it. He has taken a beaker full of tap water from Stuttgart University, and he has taken one red flower and dipped it in the water and kept it for half an hour to 1 hour. No mixing, nothing. Just kept it in the water. He didn't crush it. No chemical reactions in between. After that, he has just taken it out, and one drop of that beaker water was put on a slide, and he observed under dark illumination microscopy. Even after removing the flower from the water, the entire beaker water was remaining the shape of the flower. And he could demonstrate it so many times visibly. And he tried with other flowers. He astonished with the results. The water could able to create different shapes with different flowers he tried. So his conclusion was water was retaining, trying to at least absorb information from whatever is did inside or whatever kept nearby it. He tried to prove something different, which we laugh at. See the heading? Water even responds to the emotions. Okay. After this flower experimentation, he called a group of students from Stuttgart University, and he gave each student one slide, and he asked everyone to take a separate cup of water from the same tap. In the same time, every student will put one drop of or 4 drops of the treated water on each slide. And see the results. The same tap water from Stuttgart University. Let us understand this with graphical presentation. Student A, he has put 4 drops of water on the slide, and you can see the individuality there. 4 drops were similar in shape. The memory was the same. And student B, you can see there is a similarity. And student C, you can see there is a similarity. Student D has put 4 drops, you can see the similarity. So, Dr. Coplin has explained homeopathic medicines can also be explained in the same method, and he was in support of homeopathy as far as this research is concerned. Now, being an Indian, I would like to use this experimentation for my own cultural belief. In South India, whenever you go to any Vishnu temple or any other temple, so the pujari, the godman will dip a basil leaf in the water and he'll give it as a tulasi tirtham. Is it a science or superstition? There is one great personality, I hope all of you know about him. He's an allopathic doctor, retired Vice Chancellor of Mangalore University. Yeah, he's an allopathic doctor. And he says in olden days, ancient days, we used to feed milk. Indians used to feed the babies with the milk which was stored in silver vessels. What he says is when we store the milk in silver vessels, the milk will absorb the silver nanoparticles, and we know silver nitrate is a antibiotic, and the milk is safer for feeding the baby. So our ancestors know about this. Is it a science or superstition? Is it a blind belief? And today, Ayurveda people are strongly recommending we have to store our water in copper vessels overnight, and morning if you consume, you'll have a good energy. Science or superstition?
Same way, homeopathic medicines acts well when mixed in water. Homeopathic doctors and homeopathic patients would have experienced it. Hail Heinemann, hail homeopathy.